entrepreneurship is a journey, not a sprint. In 2008, Making Moves has showcased over 150 young entrepreneurs across all 9 provinces. Bonke labo somabhizinisi basebenza kuma-sectors adlulela ku-15 kwesimo somnotho sakuleli. In a season, we revisit some of these businesses to find out what moves that they've been making since our last visit. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you keep on moving. Making Moves, inspiring a generation of young entrepreneurs. Today we revisit 3 entrepreneurs in the events and tourism industry. Lizwi of Ezamazwe exhibition shows us their new offices and tells us about his road shows.
We have people who now have trust in us, and then we have people who have worked with us who give reference to other people.
We then travel to Rustenburg to see what events Busi Galela of Buga Productions has encountered.
You give her a spec, you tell exactly what you want, and she comes back with almost perfect requirements that you asked for.
Lastly, Nkele Motsoaledi shows us how well the Limpopo province is treating her tourism company.
Rustenburg travel agency has been one of our biggest clients for over 5 years now.
The events industry has grown at an average pace of 6.2% each year globally since 2003.
Young South Africans are actually getting out there and doing the events themselves, as opposed to the traditional ways of doing things.
The events industry, I think it's opened up to young people a lot.
I wouldn't start an events company.
Well, I pretty much don't know anything about the events industry.
In 2013, tourism in South Africa contributed 9.5% to the country's GDP, translating into more than 1.4 million jobs.
I love traveling within. I love coming to the inner city. I love the vibe here. I love the people. I love the decorations.
When I do get the chance, then I definitely take the opportunity to tour.
I spend some time in cities, but I also like going to very natural spots. I'm a diver, so I like to go to tropical locations to go diving.
I think that travel has definitely grown as an industry in the last 10 years, and the tourism side as well was energized by us having hosted the World Cup in 2010. And more importantly, I think me in my business, we concentrate on corporate travel, and that part is always good because everybody needs to be able to move from point A to B to be able to have their business meetings.
The business event sector was an important contributor to the 10% growth in international tourists arriving to South Africa in 2012. Insizwa engizohlangana naye namhlanje insizwa sike saba nayo kulolu hlelo lethu le-Making Moves. Igama lakhe uLizwi, igama lenkampani yakhe ibizwa ngokuthiwa Ezamazwe. Last time ngizobona le nsizwa le senza i-interview yakhe khona lapha kulamagceka lana e-Union Building ngoba ke ibhizinisi lakhe lali-operatela la ehlala khona ke Boksburg kodwa ayinama-client lapha ePitori. Fast forward to a few years later, le nsizwa lena ke isinehhovisi khona lapha ePitoli eHeadfield la isebenzela khona. Ibhizinisi selike lathi ukuthuthuka. Into engifuna ukuyazi ke namhlanje ukuthi ibhizinisi lakhe ke seliye phambili kangakanani since the last time ngagcina ukumbona.
I am Bangalizwe Yelane. I was born and raised in a village called Budibe in the northwest. As a person who holela ko villaging, I think a lot of us renally humility, and then ra khona go relate le tse dintsi le batho ba bantsi because in a village everybody knows anyone, and then ha gona jealousy ntsi like how tsena ko vacationing or ko ditropong e kere ha ra motho re nka di 5 rand for e kere o mo kopile 10 million.
Congratulations and order.
Ngiyabonga.
Ukilivera soshadile insizwa.
Ngiyabonga ba.
Last time phela ngihlangana nawe osese ibheshe.
Oh yeah, we've gone through that, yeah.
Yo. How was married life?
It's been good so far so good. Yeah, so far so good.
Yini into eshintshiwe hata so far so good. Abantu abashadile phela bahlale basixoxela izitori eziningi ukuthi nako sekuguqukile nako sekwenzakele. Kuwe nje isikuphethe kanjani impilo ukuthi umuntu oshadile ubaba omuzi manje?
I think now I make better decisions. I think now I'm more not too risky as I used to be before. Now I make more informed decisions. Yeah, it's working out better for me.
It's working out better.
Ungibaba in so many things because he wants me to understand his vision so that I give up, then I'll be that other head. Continue. You know what you want to do. You know where you want to end up.
I can give up.
Last time sixoxa futhi wawunomfana omncane.
Yebo.
Little boy wakho.
Yes.
Usengakanani manje uza kanjani
futhi? Sekamkhulu manje is about to turn 4 in a few months. Yeah.
Aw. Khulile insizwa.
Yeah, uyagijima, ukhuluma kakhulu. Yeah, he's just a happy child. Yeah.
He's a good father, he's a good parent.
I've always been a family person. I've always so I think I'm doing it better now because right now I can manage an escort. So on weekends it's not business, it's personal, and then I spend more time with my family. And I think I've grown in that department because I used to work 7 days a week straight.
Yeah, ngiyakhumbula ukuthi amabhizinisi akamaningi ama-client wakho that we went to go visit babe based la ePitori.
Yes.
Is this isizathu sakwenza ukuthi udecide ukuthi nawe ufuna ukuba lana because yonke into enzayo ilana ePitori?
Yes, that and the fact that like I had more people that I know who could help me build up my business than at Boksburg. At Boksburg we had moved recently there, and then it wasn't going well because most of the work benguya footing so the traveling again up and down was hectic. But then siyakhona manager manje because sila, and then most of our clients are here, and then some of the people that help us and guide us bala.
Yeah. Please take me through. Siyobona ukuthi kwenzala ningaphathi business after you.
Remember my wife and partner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ngiyaphila njani?
Ngiyaphila sisi.
Amukhetho mo Ezamazwe exhibitions.
Ngiyaleboha. But ngaphambi ukuthi siqhubeke kancane kwezebhizinisi. Separate how do you balance your time meko high or nala ofisini mhlambe hayi awusumama ofisini uphinde futhi bomama nasekhaya separate kanjani konke lo?
I think that is normal and reflected to every relationship on and or even your business partner. You are friends outside, and you know once you get into the gate your office you become sir, madam.
With the expo, I think 15 clients is not a lot.
I think for Lizwe to stay profitable is the one first rule in business. You know, your income must certainly exceed your expenses.
I am the co-founder of Ezamazwe Exhibitions. We do exhibitions, we do events, we do branding. What is special about our business is that we change people's lives as we go along. I think something that I learned a while ago is that when you start a business, you need to find a solution for people around you. So I think with Ezamazwe Exhibitions, with our events and our expos, we found a need in the communities, and we are currently fulfilling that need.
Work exhibition target, whereby give more about that, because remember we are an institution, and then for our marketing parameters, we focus more on schools.
In terms of target, mostly my grade 11 and my grade 12, because if batlo ya matric next year, so they have to prepare for themselves. So my grade 12s are always there, because our first preference is my grade 12, but then we also include my grade 11.
Siyakhumula ngalesi sikhathi lesiyana esiphambilini masikhuluma ngama-services nani wa-ofara la ekhaya wakhulume ngama-exhibition into nanizenza. Izinto-ke ngezo seziguqukile-ke manje sekukhona amanye kama-services eniwafakile ngaphezulu. Tell me a bit about them.
Okay, since the last time we were doing only the exhibition, the road show. Yes. But now, besides the road show, we have this facility which we call Mellow House Art Factory, where we do exhibitions, we do music events, we do poetry, we host book launches, and then we also rent out our boardroom to small companies that don't have boardrooms when they want to host their clients here. Then we also help them with that. And then, so that's how we raise money. So that's how we keep this facility going, and then that's how we keep the business going with
ebhizinisini lakho ke njengamanje ke nibangaki ngoba phela ulawe ngabe khona komunye umuntu owenza omunye umsebenzi?
Yeah, ngisebenza nonkosikazi wami. We work together here. So sometimes if I'm out and then she's in the house and then she's actually receiving calls and doing all the paperwork. And then kunomunye umngani wami Lucas. So he's also our assistant masinama events and all that. And then in terms of field work, like masine event Polokwane or Remokopane, what we do is we try and find somebody who will do the groundwork on the other side.
Manje ke usunabasebenzi abangaki osebenzana nabo?
By 6 all in all, including the ones abasebenza on Mellow House. Yes.
So from 2 to 6?
Yes.
Reputation seyikhulile manje?
Yeah, seyikhulile manje.
I'm sure even making moves also helped.
Yeah, actually after the show, we actually used the episode also. Every time we send emails, we'll send a link and stuff, and then we'll get them to look at it before we come to a presentation. So it also helped with, especially with the road show. It helps, it's cool. So this is our art gallery. We have monthly exhibitions going on.
Eqaleni kwakuba khona inkinga ukuthi mhlawumbe kuheha ama client ukuze kungene imali ebhizinisini. Imali nikwazi kuyiheha kanjani ukuthi ihlazi ikhona lapha?
We have people who now have trust in us, and then we have people who have worked with us who give reference to other people that we do this kind of work, and then this is how we've worked with the previous clients.
So rona as PC training ke batla go itse gore ke mo kae mo re ka thusa mo teng, as we will also be like to be part of this.
What we do is you can buy a stand, or you can put your marketing material in terms of the courses that you offer, and then bring in your student counselors.
How do you feel they can do all that for you?
One thing for sure, I looked at him, and then he's young, vibrant, of which that's what we need in this country to empower. You understand? And then the other thing is the services. The services are high, the way I do offer thing. I'm not talking about the pricing and all that. I'm talking about the service that he will be rendering with us. At first, we were not even sure, to tell you the truth, we were not even sure what Ezamazwe ekari etsetsang. But then after refetsa go ifa a chance, it's the sales, revenues, everything was up, and then everyone was happy at the end of the day. And then we decided to overlap to other colleges.
Back then ngiyakhumbula itendi zakho lapha kuma exhibitions ayiqala ko 1000 rand.
Yes.
Hey kwakhalwa kancane kwathi hayi uyaz undercharge. Kodwa manje ngikuzwile umupicture kuma client. I-package lakho ke othi mubuzwa ngalo ngathi khona eliqala la ko 1000 rand o 1005 lapho. Is that the going rate eyakhona kulomkhakha lokuwona wena ukuthi ungathi ke 1005 iyona mali right? Kwakumina kuzwana ngathi imali encane.
Are you taking yourself seriously as a business? Do you have a website? Do you have business cards? Do you have marketing material? If you're expecting me and other people, the market, to take you seriously, what steps are you making? Because you don't need an office for people to take you seriously. A lot of people don't have offices.
Ngabe manje usukwazile ukulungisa izibalo zakho ukuze ukuthi uchacha kanjani?
We charge from 2.8 to 3.5 depending on the space.
Ngiyakhuluma ukuthi uqala ukuthi ama career expos wawenza uma ngabe imali khona nesikhathi masiqhamukile. Manje uthi sokushintshile lokho.
Yes.
Ndokuchaze kabanzi ukuthi usuwenza kanjani mase kutheni futhi?
Since 2014 siqale ngokuthi now the roadshow will be in July. We just go 12 townships, 4 provinces. So we know that every year in July we on the road. Yeah, it's 4 provinces, 12 townships.
Johanna Mokoki was named South Africa's most influential woman in business and government in the tourism sector. She became the first person from the African continent to have a seat on the Global Tourism Board of Association of Corporates. She is our advisor for the day.
So this is our last place. This is where we rent it out for rehearsals for theater, and then also poetry performance, and yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Imaphi ama challenges obhekene nawo?
Challenges nayo nje manje, it's still, we still feel like we have a little client base. It's just growth, so it's not much of a challenge. It's just that we're working towards that. We're working towards that.
I think as exhibitions, depending on what the angle is, will always be able to answer a social need. And I do think that different corporations, different universities have a program that they want to be able to get out there, and this is the best way through exhibitions that they can be able to do it. So he needs to be able to go in and do the investigation of the different institutions he's trying to be able to target, to understand what are their core values, what are their core interests, and then come proactively, not retrospectively, when the people have said we want to do this. If you are proactive, you create the interest, you are able to show the people that you understand their business, and you can be able to create the niche, and therefore are able to get bookings where people have never thought that they could potentially do that sort of, I think, exhibition within that sort of area.
Ufuna ukukhulisa mapha ama client kahle hle ngoba phela zimbili ke lezi zinto manje zimbili enqola zakho ishayelayo. So imaphi kahle hle ama client ofuna ukwakhulisa ngani?
With the expo, I think 15 clients is not a lot, so we need to get to a point where we get to, when we go into a township, we get a stadium now, not a community hall anymore. So we need to grow to that point where we compete with big companies. Yeah.
I think for Lizwe to stay profitable, it's the one first rule in business. You know, your income must certainly exceed your expenses, and therefore clients are happy to be able to pay for value if they can be able to see it. So you should never be able to be scared to charge what is markedly related for the service that you're giving. And also make sure that there's no hidden costs that you have not accounted for, because in there lies the beginning of the end in terms of seeing continued, I think, deficit within your business. So just make sure that your income exceeds your expenses. I think Lizwe, to be able to grow his business, he needs to be able to answer one simple question, and that is, does it answer a social need? Because most of companies or universities will want to be able to do these sort of exhibitions if they indeed have a niche within his industry that continues to answer the social need that they're trying to obviously be able to bring out there into the public. So, and if it does do that, whatever he's done in terms of those exhibitions, he needs to go to his potential clients to be able to show them what he has done with the other people, and in that it will germinate interest and hopefully convert into some sort of booking for future events for that new client that he's going to be able to tell them what he can do.
As we speak right now, I'm talking to over 22 promoters.
If
you cannot be able to afford to keep permanently, you certainly can get contract staff or be able to use freelancers.
Now we go to Rustenburg to see Busi Galela. Namhlanje ngise Rustenburg ukuzobona usomabhizinisi engagcini kumbona ngonyaka ka2013 lapho ibhizinisi lalihamba kahle enabasebenzi ababili. Izinto seziguqukile ke njengamanje njengoba she took time off ukufocusa kwifamily yakhe, ibhizinisi wake wathi kulimisa kancane. Into engifuna ukwazi ukuthi yini ke lena emenze ukuthi asukume decide ukuthi yena ke business lakhe she's still going to pursue it. Ake sibone ukuthi iPhukal production bona ke ngonyaka 2016 basiphathele.
Igama lami nguBusi, Busisiwe in full, wakagodlo Isibongo. I was born in Mpumalanga, a wheat bank, and I was raised there till high school. Afterwards, I moved to Joburg, where I studied Vets universities. I studied BADA, where I majored in events management, projects management, and dramatic arts. Afterwards, I worked a bit and then moved to Rustenburg, which is currently where I am at the moment. And this is where I live with my husband and my 2 beautiful boys.
It's been a long time since I came to
Yes, a couple of years, I think.
2013 phela ngagcina ukubona.
Yeah, I think it was 2013.
2013 wanomfana oyedwa wayesomfana nomncane kodwa ngizwile kuthi umndeni usukhulile ke njengamanje. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, iqiniso logo. I now have a new boy, so I think I'm blessed with boys. So ngilomfana wesi-2 manje, sekana a year and 3 months right now. And yeah, I'm loving it. It's challenging, but yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Mina no Busi basically sishadile ngokwesintu. So yeah, we met a couple of years ago, like 7 years ago. Umuntu okhulumayo, oxoxayo, owenza sense. So yeah, into yangikhesha kakhulu.
Uyifriend yami, akekho umuntu engahleba naye, if ngahlebi naye ngizohleba nobani. So sivele sihlale la ekhawuchini sihlebele soyithuna sibaqede bonke.
Ngizwile ukuthi ngalesikhathi you were going through the process yokuthi ake sekukhona umfana omusha ozayo ke la kumndeni wakho. Uke wathi kuma kancane kweze business wa focus kwezomndeni.
Yes.
Bekunjani lokho?
It was difficult. It was not an easy choice for me to make. Looking at where my business was, I just thought it's best I do that. Lowering the stress levels. You know, when you go to doctor at you relax. You need to relax.
Yeah.
Too much stressing. So, this is what I'm going to do for the good of my health and for the good of my business both.
My strength Busi is that she knows how to prioritize. She knows when to say no, when she really can't take on more than she can handle.
Usathanda ama-jokes namanje, usathanda ukushaya amahlaya, ngiyakhumbula ubuthanda ukuhleka.
Sometimes.
Sesi-matured manje.
Sesi-matured manje, sesikhulile manje.
Yeah.
Now we listen to ama-jokes abantwana.
So akusese ushaya ama-jokes
manje? No, sesiyamamela manje. Phela ngisho kumele sibanikeze ispace, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sibanikeze ispace. Now it's your turn. Show me what you have. What people bangayazi ngami, most of the time, abantu mabasho bathi I appear very professional, very intimidating, very, serious, kanjalo. But angisijalo at all. Mina, I like jokes, I like laughing, ngahleka nje, ngikhali inyembezi, siphinde, sihleke some more. Ngiyakuthanda lokho, I love jokes. I am the founder and the manager of Ipugal Productions. Ipugal Productions is a company that specializes in conference management and experiential marketing. In our conference management, what we do basically, we organize conference venues and accommodation for private NGOs and public companies. And in our experiential marketing sector, that's where we do promotions, in-store promotions, roadshows, and pamphlet distributions. Our services are within the Northwest Province, so whether it's a promotion in Potchefstroom or in Mafikeng, we can do that. Oh yeah, I have to get to town, Yolanda my receipts and drop them off to client. I'm going to get them from Abafana, but distribute my pamphlets for us.
Client I'm
getting from the guys and then the client is on.
So how about now we're going to Sisacela ukuchazela kancane ngiyabona ama receipt la besiwathatha ama receipt wani why besiwalandala.
Okay, see lawa ama tiered of receipt. kusho ukuthi must distribute ama-pamphlets. This specific client ufuna ukuthi must distribute kube ne-proof ukuthi it was distributed kuyiphi area.
Ngalesa sikhathi wawenza ama-events kakhulu ugxile kuwona. Manje ngizwa sekuthiwa kushintshile, lishintshe kanjani-ke lenzani?
See, I decided to drop ama-events because of the market was just too clustered, had breaking, this and that in the industry. So I decided to go back to what I was doing. This is actually what I was doing. Okay. Business.
Yes.
I used to do promotions. I used to do conference management and promotions, including distribution of pamphlets and izinto.
Give her a spec, you tell exactly what you want, and she comes back with, the right requirements or almost perfect requirements that you asked for. And she also goes beyond her services. She checks up on clients after each, event or training that we've had. And she also sits in to make sure that, should you need anything beyond that, she's always, there to service you.
Nabaqashi abangaki-ke osebenza nabo?
Okwamanje ngisebenza nabantu abayi-2 aba-full time.
Bugal Production, I'm an HR intern. I've been here for 6 months. I do everything admin actually. Bugal Production ke company enyane, but it's growing every day. And all the challenges like business challenges, business stuff like that, yeah.
Ezinye izinto okhuluma ngazo earlier on ukuthi uke wathi ukunaka umndeni wamisa ibhizinisi kancane ngesimo sokuthi ihealth yakho bingekho right. But what were other reasons ezikwenza ukuthi decide ukuthi cha bobo ithi ngeke ngibhekisise kahle ukuthi ngibheka umndeni ngoba ibhizinisi nje obushilo bese liyaleza kancane?
Those, I can say business was more of the reasons because financially the cash flow that I had was going down and down. I also had to let go of the 2 ladies that were working with us. So I was very much worried on why are things not going as good as they used to. That's what gave me the first alert. To say I need to break and redo and rethink things on how it's good, how moving forward in because sometimes you cling too much into something. The money that you will invest in our company, we will use it to buy events, equipment, and elements that are on high demand or of value, if I should say, that will mitigate the use of hiring out from suppliers and rather have our own products.
Out of the 10,000 in packaging, this is the amount they're about to give you. You've won all 10,000.
Last time ngikubona u2013 wakumake moves waphumelela u10,000 rand.
Yes.
Wawenza?
I bought a speaker actually. That's what I can say valuable I got out of it.
A speaker sort?
No, 2 speakers.
Okay.
Like event speakers.
All right.
Yes.
Because ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngalesikhathi uzile kuphathe pitch yakho ekhuluma ukuthi ufuna ukuyothenga izinto ozozidinga la ebhizinisini lakho.
Yes. That's what I was looking at doing actually ngayo. That is why I invested speaking because I thought besides other things, speakers normally I do my conferences that requires speakers.
So sisibuzo kuyinto enhle ukuthi uyile business inawulekela ngaphansi. Kodwa ke what are your current challenges obhekene nawo ebusinessini?
My current challenges, I can say at the moment, because I'm focusing on conferences and promotions, at the moment I'm looking at recruiting well, I'm currently recruiting. I'm a promoter throughout the country, and not throughout the province. Sorry, Sia. But I'll get there. Don't worry.
Okay.
So throughout the province, and in terms of keeping a database and having contacts with the promoters, it's a bit of a tricky thing for me. That's for now. It's one of the big challenges where storing the database and having communication with them. I'm looking at means that I can use, ways that I can find, brands that I can use, softwares, that I can use to be able to, for example, if I have a promotion, this was product a purchase from, I can just send that one message and it goes to all the purchase from promoters, and whoever responds then we'll take it from there.
I think more database, to be able to expand database, most people use social media, so especially because it's a business database, improve her profile more LinkedIn, and then make sure that she links up with the people that are in her industry that way. It's the best way to be able to do it.
I spend a lot of time chatting to promoters. As we speak right now, I'm talking to over 22 promoters for a promotion here Saturday. Because I need to be up to date. I need to be on my tabs, and I need to answer all the questions they have, inform them of this and that. This one is cancelling. I need to substitute this one with that one. So that's where it's at. So it's a strenuous thing instead of instead of doing it. Guy one.
Akusizi nje futhi ususebenza wedwa ke businesses.
And njengoba ngisesona konke kubheke mina siya. Ngikhola ngaphonsela khona. That is why I'm looking at a smart way to work.
Yeah. I think Busi, obviously doing events and promotions, you need to be able to have people in numbers. And if you cannot be able to afford to keep permanently, you certainly can get contract staff or be able to use freelancers. The one thing that's important is that, you need to be able to understand the market that you want to play in. You need to be able to have some sort of roots, even if it's representation within that market. And if you do have people that you can be able to cooperate with in Rustenburg, you certainly can see that as an opportunity. But you certainly need some sort of local presence.
We now travel to Limpopo to see what moves Riatswelela Tours has made. Sokumnyaka esithupha ngagcina ukumbona usisikeledi umphathi wenkampani ebizwa ngokuthiwa iRiatswelela Tourism, yona ke esebenzela khona lapha e-airport eyasePhulukwane. Over the years ke lo sisi business lakhe like lathi ukuzamazama la khona ke abantu bebemkoleda imali naye futhi ekoleda abantu imali bamblacklista ibusiness lacishe lavala. Throughout the years she's managed ukuthi yena ke abambelele ibusiness lakhe aphinde futhi ke alivuse alikhiphe incwadi zalabantu laba bebembhale kabi. What I'd like to find out ukuthi ke yena wenze kanjani ke ukuthi akwazi ukuphokophela wonke lama challenges ebebhekene nawo.
Ke nna Nkele Motsoaledi ba bantse ba mpitsa Nkele ke ngwana wa mathomo wa the late Steve Mpiane le Manana Mpiane. Ke goletse ko Davidton ra movela Mabopane. Ke nyetswe ke na le bana ba 5. Nako e ntsi ke spenda le family ya ka re tswa nako ngwe ke ya for soccer ke lo supporta bana. And ntwe ngwa hape ke ratang ho dira ke ntshira designing. I spend more time ke designer kontlung le dintlu tsa family ya ka le di friends, and I also ke rata le go lo ya shopping.
Years later, since Kakatela won 7 years, 6 years, if I'm not mistaken.
6 years, 2010.
2010. Last time Kitlile went for a walk with the lions. At the range. At the range. So growing up, the memories that that stood out, that's standing out even right now as Olemo, you are a businesswoman. The earliest memories that you are fond of since Olengwana Ohola up until to where you are.
Since Yohola,
rata di-business le ausa hailena ne le motho wa go ka a rekisa so ke goletse ko businessing ke bona ma a rekisa di-sweets o thomile ka tsona ntho tse nnyane tseo.
I know the background ya hao ya ko heno batswadi ba hao ne bana le spaza shop. Would you say it is something that has also kept you grounded?
I think ke yona ke ile ya nthusa because if batswadi ba hao bana le spaza shop, they try to make sure hore bana ba bona, I mean, they go to school. You can imagine if on a spaza shop and your father obereka go garage, how much is he earning? But he made sure that re a skolong kaofela, and that's why today I look up to my father. Unfortunately, he died 2013, but I regard him as my pillar and my strength.
But how do you manage to keep a balance between, you know, being in business? Because hoba reserved, you have to be out there. How look business especially look industry. How do you cope?
When she mentioned business, I was like, no, it can't work. This is not you. You are introverted. As much as you're hardworking, you are very introverted. You're not out there. Because business needs, you know, the charisma and the extrovertedness that goes with it to go and challenge and get business. So I was, one of those prophecies of doom to say it's not going to work. Just stick to your day job, you're doing well, and a few years down the line, I've followed my words.
I am reserved, but there are times where I know as a businesswoman, you need to talk, you need to go there. Sometimes I have to meet clients, and at times they invite me for the presentations. Then I have to do those presentations. So I make sure that when time allows, then I do talk.
Nkele, the founder ya South African Galela Travel Center, he established in 2007 ka the need ya the travel services tse ne di batlagala mo Limpopo. The services tse di re di offerang ke tsa di flight bookings, re tsa di accommodation, car shuttles. We also do conferencing, we do events management, and le ra khona go direla batho le di visas. Need a travel insurance.
I must say, I see quite a few changes since last time we got 2010. It was a lot of blue last time we got 2010. No, so
red, yellow.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I can see your offices are beautiful, and this is the establishment that you were telling us about. This is where you were from. So take us through the day-to-day running of this place from the morning when you get here as well.
Okay. What's in the morning, normally run the meetings. Check maybe what happened. Re check the problems that the consultants the experience and re check like quotations because what happened is the clients that phone they go by the quotations, then we do those quotations and send them back and re check whether those quotations need bookings and if they are not bookings, why.
Last time, I think the area was here, but a few people never said it more.
Yes. As you can see, so more the actual business here the clients are their phone, have a phone, then they'll ask for the quotation. And Rabbi said the bookings and all that. So this is where everything is happening.
Yeah. All the magic happens come.
And that. I get the accounting officing, get the invoicing, get now okay invoicing the our clients. I love this job.
I know ukuthi, you know, kama Nkele fitileng, at some point province went through, you know, administration. And I know business how went through hard times. Please just tell me a bit what's a and ukopile jwang di challenges tseo.
No go le thata, but ka mohau wa modimo dilo di ile da etsagala. No na le tšhelete tse dintsi tse ile gore ba re kolota. Till today, many of the departments have a sort of patele, and I told myself, if a department e le gore a zambatla ba re kolota, we don't do bookings le bona. So the ones that we deal with ke ba ile gore ile ra na le di contract. Re ile ra nna fortunate ra contracts tse boy 3. So focus in more zone.
To not pay your travel agent for the booking and for the services rendered for 30, 60, 120, even 120 days is putting people out of business that you're actually trying to uplift. It's a very bad business practice. It's not something we're proud of in our industry, and it is not promulgated by the travel agent. Unfortunately, a lot of them accommodate this kind of payment pattern out of absolute desperation.
I have diversified. An events management company. I keep am busy. Most of my clients are private because relying only on government. So on TDMs we have shifted the focus, and TDMs events and hiring. The company against my sister-in-law.
The greatest chunk of our business is business that we get from travel agencies. In this particular case, Rustenburg Travel Agency has been one of our biggest clients for over 5 years now. So whenever they've got people that are traveling to Polokwane and Limpopo, they do refer them to Masana Lodge, either for accommodation or for conference services.
It looks very beautiful. Is this part of the diversification of work on your business?
Doing events, stretch tents, hiring, different ones, and the event from start to finish.
As a female black entrepreneur, the challenges also been in zone.
For now, the challenges are since 2011 because government ya rona no bona gore mathata aba khosetsa ngona ka taba tsa di non-payments, and le ke lenka ke ntse go buditseng yona gore ke decide le gore refocus on more clients payments.
I think Nkele, the one thing that she can be able to do is to ensure that she invoices her clients on time. I understand that her business is servicing the public sector. She needs to deliver those invoices personally, and she needs to do the recons with client on site. That's the best way to be able to get in quickly into the payment run. And I do think that for those clients that obviously have not paid her in a long time, Treasury as a department is very much open for travel agencies to come and look for assistance for them to assist them to be able to collect on any of the departments that have not been paid. So that's an avenue that you can possibly look at. How it's a business, anybody, you need to be able to ensure as the first rule of any business, you must communicate, communicate, communicate. It doesn't matter what you're communicating is not positive, but they are not comfortable. Then another thing is to be able to ensure that you build good relations, and own those relationships personally, you as the business owner, not only leave it to the staff, because in that way you make sure that the correct message is being communicated to those important suppliers of yours.
Okay, I know the last time got 2010. The business was a bit small. but the energy, the atmosphere that you had with your employee, the employers, how tsela no na le tsona, the employees, sorry, no na le tsona tsela, nearly, you know, energy mnati, nelutlwana, you're treating them like family how. Somewhere, somehow, I heard there was the issues. What happened
there? Remember how tsena ka mahara mathata business sa tlhola e bereka pile, then you'll get batho ba bang ba kry opportunity tsa wetsa a kry no house sana focus o lose focus mo ile hore business ele outside lebella gakalo, and then o expect bona ba o thuse, you let them gore ka nwena o ka mo situation o ka mahara mathata, then you expect gore le bona ba na le wena ba tla o thusa. Hanti bona tse ding tse ba di lebeletseng ke di opportunities tse ileng hore tsa go utswa tsona tseo and all those kind of things.
With employees that you know, leave your business, etc., the best thing to be able to do, I've been in business for 20 years, and the best way to be able to do it is you make sure that in your employment contracts you put a restraint of trade. That's the best way to be able to ensure that people do not circumvent you and take your clients, and most times it does work because it can be enforced by law.
No, I like this. I know where, you know, into the events, something that is close to your heart, because into yeah. What has made sure, you know, it stays there and now you bring back passion or why is it
working the government, so I told myself, how about get diversify and get ntho e leng hore ka e rata.
Yes.
Khalentse ke rata ho decorate kwa gae, ke rata go apeya. So ntho ke godileng ka yona. So that's how TDMC ile ya tswala ka teng.
I think the events business that Nkele had certainly can be integrated within her travel management company. I mean, we certainly do provide events management, you know, services within our travel management company. So it certainly should not be seen as two independent businesses. And if indeed she has had better traction and success in on the event side, you know, she should not be able to see it as two separate businesses. And you know, as they say, when the one is down, the one can be able to pick up the other. So that would be my best advice to her.